My dad refused to pay for my wedding because my fiancé is a waiter. So, my fiancé paid for everything. I grew up in one of those status matters families. Big house, private school, country club Sundays. My dad made good money in real estate enough that he started believing he could buy respect. For most of my life, I played along, smiled at his business friends, dressed the part, laughed when he said poor people just don't try hard enough. I hated it, but that was our normal. Then I met Ethan. He was a waiter at this little Italian place I went to after work all the time. Funny, soft-spoken, ridiculously kind. He never cared about appearances, he just listened. When we started dating, it was the first time I realized love could make you feel calm instead of anxious. When I finally introduced him to my parents, I prepped like I was taking an exam, told Dad about Ethan's work ethic, that he was saving to finish culinary school, that he planned to open his own business someday. Dad lasted maybe 5 minutes before he leaned across the table and said, "So how does it feel living off tips?" Ethan just smiled and said, "Feels honest." Mom kicked me under the table. Dinner ended without dessert. After they left, Ethan apologized. He had nothing to apologize for. A few months later, we got engaged. Simple park proposal, picnic dinner. I was crying, laughing, shaking, perfect. Telling my parents? Not so perfect. Dad didn't even congratulate me. He said, "If you marry him, don't expect me to fund a circus." I told him fine, I didn't need his money. He smirked. "Sure you don't. You'll come running back when you realize love doesn't pay bills." We didn't run. We saved. Hard. Ethan picked up double shifts. I freelance design work late nights. Mom secretly sent gift cards for groceries. Her quiet rebellion. A year later, we had the wedding of our dreams. Nothing flashy. Small barn venue. Homemade decorations. Friends. Laughter. Candles. As we were taking pictures, I noticed someone lurking by the parking lot. Dad, hands clasped behind him, like he wasn't sure if he was allowed inside. He came over during dinner. "I have to admit," he said, scanning the string lights, the laughter, the cheap tablecloths. "It looks nice." I said, "That's the thing, Dad. Happiness doesn't need to be expensive." He nodded awkwardly, then said, "Well, I guess I was wrong about him." Ethan came over right then, still wearing his apron, because yeah, he catered our own wedding. He'd been saving every extra dollar, cooking for months, convincing friends in the restaurant industry to help. Every dish came from us, our labor, our love. Dad's jaw actually dropped when Ethan shook his hand and said, "Thank you for coming, sir. I made your favorite lasagna," right? For once, Dad didn't have a single thing to say. Later that night, he slipped a check into my coat pocket. No note, just $10,000. I didn't cash it. We framed it. It hangs in our kitchen now, right under a photograph of the two of us standing in front of our wedding table, still wearing our aprons. People ask sometimes if I regret cutting myself off from the good life, but truth is, I never lost it. I just stopped measuring it in dollars. Money buys weddings. But love builds marriages.